Hello viewers, me and team here. Welcome to another StarCraft 2 match. I will be the Red Terran. Yes, I'm still going with random, and I'm getting a little bit better over time using random. But this will be another 3-on-3 match. My allies will once again be Makalua and Puppies. Puppies is going back to Terran here. Maki sticking with Protoss. So there you go. Blue Protoss, Teal Terran. Our opponents will be Rob Metal, the yellow Protoss, Mellow, the orange Zerg, and let's just go with purple for that one, shall we? Ping. Oh, that's good, because I don't really know these 3-on-3 maps, not playing them a lot. So I asked, okay, where's the ramp? And they decided to point it out for me. Like, we could wall the ramp. I'm like, yeah, that's a little far. We might get, well, actually, Puppies pointed out that we would probably get owned by air for doing that, and so we opted not to do it. And I'm like, guys, I'm going to do the Destiny Cloudfist build. In other words, I'm going to go straight up barracks, factory, starport, and Husky StarCraft calls that the Destiny Cloudfist build. It's just 1-1-1 normally, so pick your poison there. Fairly standard Terran opening, 10 supply depot, 12 racks, and probably get gas around 13. Alright, don't let myself down here. There we go, 13 gas, and then 15 orbital command. So, yeah, that's about as standard as it gets. I'm also sending a scout here. Brilliant that I didn't waypoint it correctly, just because I'm not experienced with how this map is. But what I'm looking for here, and I guess it's because I got blocked, what I'm looking for is just to see if they have any kind of dedicated early aggression that they're setting up. Because if they do, I'm going to need to drop a couple bunkers right away to protect myself. And also keep training more Marines rather than building a factory and starport sooner. So yeah, I do see that the Terran has this little wall off going, and he's pretty dedicated walling here. So he could be tech hiding, but with that many supply depots, well, with the second supply depot coming so early, I know that he's not going with a second really early rack, so he's not cutting workers to produce Marines, so I'm okay there. I see the number of drones the Zerg has, and that satisfies me. And then finally I come over here for the Cyber Core and Gateway, and I see that he is not going 2 gate, but rather 1 gate in Cyber Core. So no evidence of really early pressure from any of them, and that's always a bonus. Setting down the mule and getting the factory going. Yeah, right around 350. Pretty good. Picking up a second gas. Yeah, there we go. Getting my workers on the gas. And any moment now I should be putting a reactor on the barracks. Yeah, just because I want to be able to produce some units quickly if I need to do it. Plus, a reactor is a handy thing to have on a barracks. Pump out some Marines quickly, dump minerals. Yeah, Terran needs a mineral dump too, especially because mules can help with it. But even if you don't have them, even if you're using scans instead, you still might need a mineral dump, especially when you're going a little bit more gas-heavy things like the higher tech structures for the Terran. I pretty much decided I was going to go Banshees in this game, though, once I saw what my opponents were doing. So drop a tech lab right away and a starport right away. Good times. Yeah, you could also build a reactor and swap your starport onto the reactor and build Vikings or something, or medevacs. I don't know, that doesn't seem as strong to me as I would like it to be. Anyway, teammates, Maki went 2 gate. She'd been having some problems with 6 pull. I think some of the reason is that she doesn't have a 1-line choke here at her exit. And nor does she have, like, in her buildings are too far away from her nexus. So if you're not going to make a one man wide space there up front as Protoss, I would build the buildings closer to your nexus. That way you can protect them more easily from 6 pull with your probes, and also keep them from getting picked off. And then you could take advantage of this concave if somebody pushes in later in the game. Whereas it's harder to do that with the buildings. The buildings actually block you off, sort of like their own force fields for the enemy. And then Puppies is going with medevacs on the tech lab. That's, you know, if you're going to go for the early drop, I probably would not put tech lab on, instead opting for a reactor or nothing on the starport. just to save some money. Way too much money for puppies here. I'm a little disappointed. He was doing much better in his Protoss game, even though he was a little bit worse off in his workers. Well, even now, still not enough workers for puppies. It is so much easier to get enough workers as Protoss. Even I'm a little short on them, although, yeah, here we go. I'm still getting them. After that, I'll be good on workers. I think I just did a count recently and realized I was under them. And I was a little bit, as I recall, I was frustrated with that. So I built a bunch right then and there. Especially since I already had the things I really cared about on the way, the Banshee cloak research and my second Banshee building. So really at all this point, I'm just going to be training units like tanks, marines, and then eventually I'll work in another 2 barracks, and I'll go 3 racks and factory transition after the Banshee harass. So this Banshee harass is simply to try to damage the econ of the opposing players. And again, this is not diamond level or anything. This is, casual 3 versus 3 arranged team. So, I'm playing against opponents that are not nearly as good as I'm used to playing against, and that does make a difference. And yeah, I'm also pushing being supply blocked here, so that's not so good. But yeah, here the Terran is starting to build up some missile turrets, and I'm going to take 1, 2 shots and then get away. But now here's the fun starts. 2 Banshees, when firing on 1 target, can kill it in 1 volley. Yeah, that's a lot of kills. Meanwhile, Puppy's up here, dropping some Marines into the Protoss line. So lots of economic damage going all around here. They run away. I actually have 11 worker kills already just from those 2 Banshees. And Puppies is doing a lot of damage here to the Nexus. And also just forcing the Protoss not to mine. Meanwhile, I'm going up here for the Zerg. And once again, no real defenses for the reactions to it. And of course I have Cloak, so they don't have an Overseer yet. The Zerg wisely morphs an Overseer, but it's a little late for that. Take out the Queen. And now I'm going to have a free run at these drones. He should probably run them away or try to do something to preserve them, rather than just letting me sit there and pick them off. Now Puffy's got hot pickup. He did recover most of his units when he ran away. But I'm going to kill pretty much every drone here. 18 kills on 1 Banshee, 15 kills on the other. And I already have a Banshee commander. I've killed 35 workers with just these 2 units. Very painful for my opponent. And there's Queen and some Stalkers finally giving the Zerg player some relief here. Completely unnecessary scan as I flee for my life. So this is like a hero Banshee here with 20 kills. Quite nice. No, don't kill her. And I will escape. Nice. 22 kills for my hero Banshee. And Puppies is just working a transition now, I think. Mackey's pretty much running Zealots for the moment. Spend your resources, Mackey. If you're going Zealots, I would go Zealots and Sentries and get charge on the Zealots and upgrade their melee and armor. That makes them a lot more effective. And what's going on over here? Oh, I'm going to fly my Banshee back. Now here's the thing I think players need to do more. If they can preserve a low hit point unit like this, you should repair it and just include it in your army later. This is a sunk cost now, so if you can, you might as well keep it. And yeah, the Puppies got annihilated there by the Blink Stalkers. But this is not bad DPS. You have 12 damage on 2 attacks, so 24 per volley, and a weapon speed of 1.25. That's pretty good for air to ground. Certainly better than like training a new unit. And the cost to repair it to full is probably less than anything you could build that would have comparable DPS to that. I mean, it probably costs less than like 50 minerals and gas to repair that. So there's no way. A Marauder doesn't have that kind of DPS. Maybe against armored, barely. But Marauder costs more, so there you go. If you have a unit like that, just repair it. And even if you factor in the mining time for the SAV, it still comes out favorably. In my opinion, that's how repair was meant to be used. I am getting infantry upgrades rather than mech upgrades because I have more infantry, having committed to 3 barracks. Once again, I'm a little bit slow on the researching of my tech lab stuff here. I don't know why. That's kind of a choke job on my part. Instead, I went for the infantry armor and weapons, but definitely want stim at least. I do have the shields. Yeah, I think so. Or no, I don't. But anyway, here comes a battle, so let's focus on the battle. Oh no, pro APM! Ha ha ha! Oh well. Banelings get chewed up by tanks. Banshee's still there. Goes in the cloak mode. And yeah, now they're just walking into tank fire, so that's no good for the enemy there. And this is going to get cleaned up relatively easily. They have a Dark Templar or two in the mix there. So that's annoying. But, I guess we saw it somehow. I forget how we saw it. Oh, Mackie had an Observer, that's right. So Mackie's Observer caught the Dark Templar and we picked it off. They scanned, I guess, for my one Banshee, which is now at 29 kills. Totally awesome. And another round of Banelings. Not going to make it very far. And Banshee picks off that queen, so the Banshee gets to 30 kills in one game with one unit. Ha! Nice. Anyway, that's going to be a good game. There's nothing they can do to come back from this at this point with that much harassment. Thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you do not, and I'll see you in the next one. The Me and Team signing off.